Hello, my dear friend. I hope you are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it. Press the bell icon. Hit the like button also. Friends, as you know, we have already covered art up to Article 21 because it plays a very significant role for our preparation. That's why I'm covering all the fundamental rights in the slow pace. Means I'm like covering each and every detail about the each and every article. But one important part has remained regarding Article 21, that is right to privacy. As you know, it plays a very significant role. Nowadays, we are living in the digital era and we are generally downloading so many apps in our phone, and there is no concerted rule or any legislation is not there in India about the right to privacy. But in the 2017 Supreme Court came up with the such type of verdict in that Puttaswamy case. That Puttaswamy judgment came, and after that, the right to privacy comes under the fundamental rights under Article 21, but it also comes under the Article 14, means right to equality, and Article 19 also freedom speech and expression, means each and every person have right to free speech and expression, and nobody or even state should not allow to infringe the privacy of that person. And friends, it it can be useful for the your mains examination, because generally nowadays UPSC or state PCS examination is asking questions on the ethic basis, that is it right the state is infringing the fundamental rights of the or the right to privacy of the people, that evaluate this thing. Sometimes you can encounter with such type of questions, even like in the when the Aadhaar card prominent was in the news. That point of time Arun Jaitley told that yes, it is an infringement of the right to privacy to the people. Even the so many previous judgment in the Supreme Court or High Court, they have discarded the right to privacy as a fundamental right. Let me explain the thoroughly. That's why like I'm telling you the background of the this right to privacy. Like if I will go as per the history, I will tell the one famous case about the MP Sharma versus Satish Chandra, then who was the DM of the Delhi at that point of time. MP Sharma was a person from Delhi, and there was a case in 1951. MP Sharma versus Satish Chandra, 1951 case, 1954. Sorry, 1954 case was that MP Sharma versus Satish Chandra, and Satish Chandra was a DM of the Delhi. In that judgment, that Supreme Court denied that fundamental right to privacy is a fundamental right, because at that point of time it was not explicitly mentioned in the constitution, and Supreme Court discarded this provision. Even in the 1962 also, the Supreme Court same reiterated the things, and like Khadak Singh versus your state of UP, that was famous case, and in that case also the Supreme Court discarded the right to privacy is a fundamental right. Up to that point of time, our judiciary was in the restraint, means judiciary restraints one was following in that point of time. But over the period, our legislation evolved, and you know that our constitution is a live document, and day by day and time to time we are amending our constitution. And even like if I will talk about the Salvi versus state of Karnataka case, that is recently case. In that case, that state of Karnataka, in the Supreme Court, in that judgment Supreme Court declared the right to privacy is a fundamental right. But there was a ambiguity in the constitution or in the news, because that Salvi versus state of Karnataka was a judge verdict. Earlier, like MP Sharma and the Khadak Singh, they were the 8 judge bench verdict. That's why that thing was in the news. How can it possible a lower number of judges can discard the judgment of the higher number of the judges? That's why that in the 2017 that KS Puttaswamy case in the news, and the Supreme Court gave declaration or verdict, its verdict, that yes, now from now onwards, right to privacy is a fundamental right that comes under the article 21, 19, and article 14. And even in 2015, when the Aadhaar came, in 2015, then at that point of time Aadhaar came. That point of time Arun Jaitley told that yes, our government is infringing the rights of the people, and that is the fundamental right of the privacy. But what nowadays, we are not understanding, or we are undermining the decision of the Supreme Court, the right to privacy. We are living in the digital era, and we are on the second, we are downloading the app, and we are providing our data to the that company, and that can be misutilized. Even in the past, that nowadays data is a currency like oil, because on the basis of the data so many companies are doing business, and they can thief, or they can steal their data of the medical patients. On that data they can fabricate or form any medicine. Or if you are searching any web, or you are searching for the any product, then company would purchase the data from that company, and they can utilize for their business enhancement and the behavioral check, for that behavioral check. But what would be the impact? Right, recently in the news there was a case about the same sex marriage, at that article 377. Article 377 was about the LGBT community, that same sex marriage. And that verdict came came according to the provision of the right to privacy, because it is the not duty of the state to infringe any personal, or any personal life, any personal life, because our state is for the maintaining peace and tranquility in the society, not infringement of the fundamental rights of the people. That's why Supreme Court gave its verdict. And nowadays in India we are watching, and so many same sex marriage is happening due to this fundamental right. And same Joseph Sign case was that for article 497, that adultery means after marriage, that consensual adultery can be happen, that comes under the article 49. And that was a famous case, Joseph Sign versus Union of India. In that case Supreme Court gave its verdict that now adultery is not a crime in India. That is, these all rules are due to the right to privacy is a fundamental right. And even in the Puttaswamy case, one of the judge, that his name is Dhananjay Chatterjee. Dhananjay Chatterjee told it in its verdict that nobody has the right to infringe in the one room, means nobody, or even the state is not have right to infringe or into the room of that person, means nobody is having right to infringe the private life of that person. And but there are some reasonable restriction also in the article 21. There is reasonable restriction also, and the same that our state can infringe the right to privacy also, if legitimate state interest would be there, if Aadhaar is the for providing social service, or the biometric data would be required for the social security schemes distribution, means there should be no leakage of the money to the unwanted people. That's why our government came with the proposal of the Aadhaar. Yes, for larger public interest, government can make or can infringe the right to privacy, and it can happen. Even past also so many cases happened, if things is the for the larger public interest, then law can be violated, or fundamental law rights can be violated. And personal traits for the beneficiary, personal traits like biometric and the retina are the usable for the distribution of the social security schemes like pensions and any other Jan Dhan Aadhaar and all things, that Pradhan Mantri Ayush Yojana, they can be transferred with the help of the biometric data itself. And before winding up this case, I want to reiterated one important thing, like you may find so many questions in the mains examination also about the right to privacy, but already I have told you that procedure established by law and due process of law. Procedure established by law means Supreme Court is not there to judge that that legislation or law is valid or not, or that is according to the ethics or not. But Supreme Court, that point of time, the Supreme Court was following judicial restraint, means judiciary was not for the judging that whether law is right and wrong, but judiciary is for the that executive is following all the due procedure established by law. But in USA they are following the due process of law. In even the like case of the Menka Gandhi versus Union of India 1978, we came up with the proposal like principle of the natural justice, and that is called due process of law. Means our judiciary can judge the parliamentary law also, that is ethical or not. Like I want to discuss two cases, important cases. You can utilize these statements in your mains examination also. Like first case is about the that Haryana government legislation, like in 2015, that is a famous case versus like Rajbala versus Union of India, that is Haryana case. What was the thing? In the 2015, that state legislation came up with the proposal that there should be some criteria to like to be an candidate for the party. Means if you want to elect, or if you want to get elected as a sarpanch, then you have to like you have to have some qualification, then only you would able to contest election. The first qualification was that, means for the SC, if you are a SC candidate or female, then you have to clear your 5th class examination, and if you are a general category male, then you have to clear your 10th class examination. And the second condition was that, means if you have not paid any electricity bill, then you would not eligible to become a candidate, or you would not able to contest the election. And the third condition was that as you like criminal charge, there should be no criminal charge against you. If you would have any criminal charge against you, then you would not able to get elected as a candidate in the sarpanch or local election. And the fourth criteria is like functional toilet. If you are not having any functional toilet at your home, then you would not able to like contest election. These are the criteria, but it totally depends upon the state, because if a person not able to get education, even like yesterday I have covered this thing, like right to education 2009 act, or that implemented in the 1st April 2010. It is the responsibility of the state to provide education to its population. That's why that school teachers are going like home to home, and they are encouraging the students to get admission in the schools. That is the total responsibility. Yes, if a person is not able to like get pass, or if not able to acquire such amount of qualification, that is a failure of the state, not a person, because it is a fundamental right, and it's like it's a duty of the states under Article 21A, that each and every person should have like access to the education, and in the neighborhood itself, that is the right to education. And if I will talk about if you are not having a toilet at your home, then it is a failure of the state. They are not providing like hygienic atmosphere ambit to their population, and that why our like state government is depriving any personnel to have rights, such type of right in the like if a person is depriving the person to contest an election, it is a fundamental right, friends. But in that case, the Supreme Court revert back from its verdict earlier, that in the 1978 Menka Gandhi versus of India, the Supreme Court gave its verdict that we are following the due process of law. Means there should be check and balance of the legislation. What is legislation made by the parliament, we have to check, or judiciary would check. But in the 2015 that Rajbala versus Union of India case, that Haryana state government case, in that Supreme Court revert back its decision, and in that it legitimate the what are the qualification for the election, and that Supreme Court would not interfere. And like I want to discuss another case also. Like second case was about the Maharashtra case, that Sheikh Jahid Mukhtar versus State of Maharashtra 2016 case. Means Jahid Mukhtar versus State of Maharashtra, that was 2016 case. And in that case, like Maharashtra High Court gave its verdict, and it follows the 1978. What are the verdict? Like the Maharashtra High Court take it precedence, and decision of the Supreme Court take it precedence, and they follow the due process of law, because that was a beef act in the 2015. Earlier in the Maharashtra there was a animal, like Maharashtra Animal Preservation Act 1976. Means for the animal preservation there was a act in the 1976, and that was a like ban. It was totally banned, slaughterhouse in the Maharashtra at that point of time. But in 2015, our like Maharashtra government came up with this type of legislation, and they were asking, or they added the clause in that 2015 case. That was famous case of the Maharashtra in 2015. The Maharashtra government came up with the such type of amendment. Yes, it would be illegal or to have beef in the Maharashtra itself. Even you might have seen in the news that the famous actor Rishi Kapoor posted on Twitter something about the eating beef and all things. Yes, it is like a crime in the Maharashtra if you are having beef that point of time. Like if you are purchasing beef from the outside Maharashtra and you are eating in the Maharashtra, then you would be confiscated by the executive or by the police or by the law authority. That amendment came into the 2015, and that's Maharashtra High Court null and void this verdict, because it's a person liberty, person right, means right to privacy. That if a person is having hygienic food, whatever may be food, it's as per its like person will, he can eat, and state not have right to infringe the fundamental rights or right to privacy of a people. And it totally like judiciary also in the quagmire, and they are in the ambiguity, because Supreme Court has abolished or revert back from its decision. Even Maharashtra government is following the due process of law. It totally depends upon the like interpretation of the at that point of time, how like lawyer are they representing the case in front of the court, and how that judge is taking all the things. It totally depends upon the judge mind. But we are following in India, earlier we are following the judicially restraint, but nowadays we are following judiciary activism, means judiciary is taking initiative. And yes, there should be like principle of the natural justice or due process of law should be followed, and you can utilize this statement for your like right to privacy affirmation, that up to what extent our judiciary promoted the right to privacy as a fundamental right. That is all for today. I will come tomorrow and we will start from the Article 22. Thanks for watching. Bye.